Welcome back to everyone. So now we begin the second morning session. Now we have already completed the introduction, the formal introduction as well as the philosophical introduction to our 2-day seminar. So now the next step that we will have, now we are going to have the presentations from the different traditions who are engaged in humanitarian service. So the practical, the first tradition that we have is the Ramakrishna Mission tradition. So we will begin the humanitarian service tradition of Ramakrishna Mission. The philosophical side will be briefly discussed by revered Swami Muktinathananda Maharaj. The philosophical and the historical side will be discussed by revered Swami Muktinathananda Maharaj. Maharaj is a senior monk, very senior monk of the Ramakrishna order. He has been in the order for more than half a century now. And before joining the order, he had done a PhD in management in Canada. In the order, he has served in the field of relief. He was at the relief section of the Ramakrishna Mission's headquarters in Belur here for several decades, 3 decades. And for the last 2 decades, he has been heading the Sri Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission Sevashrama in Lucknow, which serves in the field of healthcare and medical education. And primarily it runs the Vivekananda Polyclinic and Institute of Medical Sciences, which is a large hospital. It's a 350-bed hospital. So Maharaj, despite his age, or perhaps maybe because of his age, he is still very, very energetic and active in organizing relief and humanitarian service. So it's my privilege to invite Maharaj to deliver his speech.
Jananim Sarvadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Pada Padme Tayo Shtitva Pranamami Muhun Muhun Namashri Jatirajaya Vivekananda Surai Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamineta Paharine. The honorable dignitaries seated on the dais and also seated in the front, the honorable guests and dear students, and of course monks and brahmacharis. It's a proud moment for me to participate in this August 2-day seminar on the philosophy of and practice of Ramakrishna Mission Saga of service spanning 122 years. While you look back to the history of the genesis of the service, we have just heard in the welcome address of Swami Atmapriyanandaji that he draws the inspiration from the Bhagavad Gita. Those who are identified with the distressed and try to ameliorate their sufferings as their personal distress, they are the highest kind of yogis. Now, how did spirit, it was learned, how did spirit got transferred philosophy into practice? There is a wonderful history. We all know that the spirit of service was first initiated, Swamiji's ideas, into practice by Swami Akhandanandaji Maharaj. The Ramakrishna Mission was established on 1st May 1897 in the house of a householder, Balaram Bose, in North Kolkata. And just after 2 weeks, on 15th of May 1897, in Sargachi, the first distress relief was organized by Swami Akhandanandaji by distributing 18 seers, in those days seers, not kg, of rice. Now, how did he got the inspiration is a wonderful history. While wandering in the length and breadth of the country, he came to Jamnagar in the Dhanantari Gram, and he met one Vaidik and Vaidya, Jandudar Vithalji. He was charmed to see his personality. He was a guest in his house because he was very close with one important member of the Jamnagar city, and since he was being very, very greatly appreciated by him, so they wanted to murder him, Akhandanandaji, by putting some poison in his drink. Jandudas Vithalji saved him and kept him in his house. He saw he was a wealthy man, this doctor, Ayurvedic doctor, and he had a horse carriage. He used to go from patient to patient and did not charge any visits. He will see the patient, administer the medicines, if necessary, bring them in his own house as IPD and send them back. He was surprised how this is possible. Then he asked him, Jandudas Vithalji, what is the motivation of these activities for you? Bangla jake bole ghorer kheye boner mosh tarano. He is doing service without any motive. And what does he get in return? There are unknown patients for him. He says, Natu aham kamyate rajyam na swargam na apunarbhuvam kamai sarvadevinam satatam pranamam artinamaham na taham kammati rajyam na swargam na punarbhuvam kammati dukkha-taptanam sarvatam artinashanam. And he said another shloka. In the first shloka, the meaning is, I do not want anything, neither royal expertise, royal assistance, royal affluence, neither heaven, not even mukti. What I want, that I want to share the distress of the people and mitigate their sufferings. In order to do that, his prayer was, Konusat upayena jinaham sarvadehinam anta pravishya satatam bhavayam dukkhavar bhaveke. Is there any way that I can enter into the beings of the distress, feel their suffering, and mitigate as far as possible, thinking that it is my very own? This is the genesis of the service which Swami Akhandanandaji learned and collaborated with the teachings of Swami Vivekananda and our ancient scriptures, and decided to implement that in his life. It started in Jamnagar, then it got fructified in Rajputana and Khetri, and then translated into life in Sargachi. This is the history. In Sargachi, he didn't go there to do any relief work. He went on a pilgrimage to go to the source of Ganga on foot. And when he stopped there, he got a pull. He couldn't go. He got a pull. Sri Ramakrishna was saying, you be here and do my work. He didn't know what is his work. So it is all designed by Sri Ramakrishna, motivated by Swami Vivekananda, and initiated by Swami Akhandanandji. This is the history. And just after 15 days, there is a tremendous distress he saw. He didn't have money. So he wrote to the headquarters at Belur, not there at the moment. So he wrote there, they said, it is not the job of sadhus. You are deluded. You have gone there to do pilgrimage, do your worship. Why do you get involved? So nobody could encourage him except Swami Vivekananda. He not only encouraged him, he sent money and sent a worker. That's how it got started. The distress leave, and gradually it got expanded. And in these 128 years, we have seen at the report of 1st October 2025, we now have 295 centers, 224 in India, 69, 295, 69 outside India in 24 countries. Huge expansion, and type of services also expanded from relief gradually to other areas as well. But whatever we do, it's all based on Swamiji's clarion call, the philosophy that Swamiji says that our work, it has been mentioned also repeatedly in our talks, that it is not a service of an NGO, not filling up statistics and doing some service as a routine work. It is a puja, it is a worship. And the philosophy, Swami Vivekananda says, this famous Bengali poem, Brahma rupe kita paramanu, সর্বভূতে সেই প্রেমময় মন প্রাণ শরীর অর্পণ করে সখে এ সবার পায় Dedicate your service, your life for the visible God around you. Where seekest thou God? In temples, churches and monks. He is present all around. So do this practical service, practical Vedanta, he teaches us. Now the question comes, are we equipped? Do you have resources to help others? Swamiji says, Anante tumi adhikari, premo shinduride vidyaman. Thou ar jeva fire chaye, tar shindu bindu hoye jan. It's a caution. You have got infinite energy, infinite strength as backed by the philosophy of Vedanta. Aham Brahmasmi. But it is hidden, potential. How to make it kinetic? By way of giving. The water is within the ground, underground. You have to put a pump. The incessant flow of water will come from within. It doesn't get dried up. So all the energy you have, all the excellence, all the benevolence, in order to manifest that, you have to share with others. It's infinity. There's one caution. The moment you want something in return, it gets dried up. The source is closed. That's why Swamiji says, you don't have to search whom to worship. Bohu rupe shonmukhe tomar chari kotha kunji ishwar. Jibe prem kore je jon, sei jon sebiche ishwar. So this prema, this puja, is at the source of our philosophy of service, which is being now expanded in so many ways, in so many forms. Just now, Atma Priyananji was saying, when he came to this university, he was the only PhD. Now there are 12 PhDs here, and more are coming. From home and abroad, choicest people are coming. I'll share my experience. When I joined the order in 1973, I also had a PhD degree from foreign university. Gambhiranand was General Secretary. Then he said, "What have you learned?" With a little pride in my heart, I said, "I am a PhD in management, operations research." It's a very rare subject in those days. I went from IIT Kharagpur to Toronto. Then he said point blank, "We do not require any services like you. We cannot employ you here. Go somewhere else." I said, no, I can do. Then he said one thing, "Can you do service?" I said, yes. So that was the first initiation. This institute, this mission stands for service. So whatever you learned, whatever you have, high or low, small and big, it is our turn to give and become blessed. Swamiji says, the giver who is blessed, not the receiver. Do not take 5 cents in your hand and stand at a high pedestal and say, "Here my poor man," but feel blessed that the poor man is there so that you can utilize your power of benevolence and become great. The poor man is given an opportunity to exercise your power of benevolence, which was hidden so far, to make it practical and attain blessing in your life. This saga of service now is started the beginning of the mission. You can see gradually expanded in various relief activities. There are so many types of relief activities that distress relief, famine relief, flood relief, cyclone relief, tsunami relief, followed by great rehabilitation centers. That huge centers like Latur, Andhra Pradesh, bridge making, had the opportunity and privilege to be associated with the relief and rehabilitation, the massive relief and rehabilitation centers of the mission. In Latur relief, Andhra Pradesh relief, tsunami relief, Gujarat relief, throughout the country. And our secret of service is, it is need-based service. Do not believe in any available ready-made data. We go to from door-to-door survey and interact with the living gods and estimate their actual need. Wherever the need is there, our services come forward as a token of offering, and we receive their blessings. So the need-based relief, that's why you have various reliefs, even cattle relief, whatever is necessary. And each and every house we give it a survey and give it and maintain the records. Swami Vivekananda taught the account should be perfectly maintained because it's a public money, it has to be accounted for. So meticulously it is done. And it is a joint endeavor of the monks and the householders. Herein comes an order as different from the traditional order, which is for monastics only. At the beginning, as I said, on 1st May, it was done in a house of a householder, where Swami Vivekananda says, addressing his householder devotees, that you have embraced Sri Ramakrishna as the ideal of your life. We have also embraced his ideal and left the world. Let us join our hands together and fulfill the mission of our Prabhu for the benefit of others and become benefited ourselves. It's a wonderful program has been organized here, first of its kind, but I believe more such programs will come, and I'm very happy that the representatives from other organizations have been heralded, so we can learn from each other, we can enrich by sharing our experiences and make the mission of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Sharada Devi as a reality in our life. Thank you.
Thanks to revered Maharaj for that very brief but inspiring summary of the attitude, the philosophical position, and also the historical perspective on the service activities of Ramakrishna Mission. Now, the practical side of the humanitarian service of Ramakrishna Mission, as it is taken up today, will be briefly discussed by Swami Purneshwarananda-ji Maharaj. He had very recently he had served for almost a decade in the relief section at the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Mission. Currently, he is serving in the Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama Narendrapur in various capacities. And the center where he is serving is very vibrant. It is serving humanity in many ways, including in education and rural development, agriculture, and so on. So, I invite Revered Maharaj to give his presentation on the relief activities of Ramakrishna Mission on the practical side of current times.
I want to add, Swami Akhandananda is often discussed, but one thing it is less discussed is Swami Ramakrishnananda's services in Madras at that time, now Chennai. He went there without knowing the language. He had not moved out anywhere. He was worshipping Sri Ramakrishna's holy relics. Atmavat Seva, as if he's serving the Lord actually present there. Visibly and tangibly he saw Ramakrishna present there. And Swami Vivekananda pulled him up from there and then said, you go to Chennai and start working there. Without a whisper, he went there, struggling without knowing the language, nobody to help him. Then Sri Ramakrishna showed some boys, orphan boys, said, take care of them. He said, I have no help, I have nobody, I don't know the language. Who will help me? It is stated that two persons Ramakrishna himself showed, Ramu and Ramanuju, Ramanujachari and Ramasamy Iyengar, very orthodox Vaishnavas of those time, but they got so much attracted to Ramakrishna Mission's activities. So, and then from there it started the two. Now it is a vibrant center, a Ramakrishna Mission students' home in Chennai with more than 650 boys, residential, totally and absolutely free education, free food, free accommodation, and they don't appeal for funds at all. Swami Brahmananda went there. A huge building in those days was constructed. He inaugurated the building saying, now a palace has been built for the poor. And it is said, when he was offering flowers to Sri Ramakrishna there, he offered flowers and went to deep samadhi. It was very difficult to bring his mind down. And he said, I will stay here for 1 full month to create a spiritual atmosphere. Even now, it's such a vibrant center. So the lesson is, Lord does his own work and he chooses people for his work. And as Christ famously said, ye have not chosen you, ye have not chosen me, I have chosen you. And he also said, many are called, but a few are chosen. Let us believe, as Swami Vivekananda emphasized, all of us have been chosen to do the Lord's work. And if we lack the energy and the power and enthusiasm, it is his responsibility to provide it. If he doesn't provide it, he'll be falling short of his responsibility. And he doesn't fall short at all, being the Purna.
Om Namasri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Surai Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. My respectful pranams to revered Swami Muktinathananda ji Maharaj. My respectful pranams to revered Swami Atma Priyananda ji Maharaj. My pranams to Sadhu Amrutcharis Das ji Maharaj. And my namaskars to all the assembled honorable speakers, delegates, and the students here. So I will just we will just go through this. This is the comprehensive annual report of relief and rehabilitation work. This is published every year from the relief section at Belur at the headquarters. And we send it to all the donors, devotees, and other organizations with whom we interact during this relief activities throughout the year. So this is sent by post to all the devotees here. So this is the cover page, and we can see some of the photographs here. There is one photograph of one Swami conducting flood relief work. This is from Kamarpukur, our Lokottarananda Ji Maharaj. He is a trustee of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. And there are photographs of flood relief work from Karimganj in Assam, from Howrah in West Bengal, and from Gujarat, Rajkot, distribution of cooked food materials. These are some other photographs of various relief activities, including distribution of clothing, distribution of winter garments, blankets, etc. Two very important photographs are there. One right in the middle, that is distress survey in Deoghar, and another right by its side is flood survey in Bamunmura. So usually when we discuss relief activities, we usually only show photographs of the distribution part of it, where the relief items are being distributed. But from my experience, I can say the most important part of a relief activity is the survey part. If the survey is not conducted properly, distribution won't be done properly. It's very difficult to conduct a relief distribution properly if you have not done survey of that area. Many times we have seen people have good intentions, they've collected many items, many goods, but that survey, that knowledge, until and unless you have thorough knowledge of the people whom you're serving, you cannot serve them. From my personal experience, I have seen during earthquake relief work in Kathmandu, Nepal earthquake side, there were cartons of food items, especially thepla and khakra and other such Gujarati food items. They were lying practically by the roadside because people have collected them, sent it to Kathmandu, but the Kathmandu people, they don't like that food item. So we must be very practical when we are serving the people, what they eat, what they want, what is their need. So that can be done until and unless, see, the intention was good, but the practical way, there was some problem there. So survey is very important, and we always at Ramakrishna Mission, we always insist on door-to-door survey by monastics. So our monks go from door to door. What is the actually need of that person? Who are the real beneficiaries? And sometimes we have even, when there is flood and there is earthquake, we go right where actually that thing has happened, that natural calamity has happened, and try to understand how many families are there, how many family members are there, what exactly is the need, whether they need cooked food, whether they need dry food, whether they need blankets and other things. And then only accordingly we plan the whole relief work, and then we go forward with it. So survey is very important. This is the flood relief work of Ramakrishna Mission. So floods have always been a very regular relief activities of Ramakrishna Mission, right from its inception, we can say. So this is distribution of ration kits in Dibrugarh, in Assam. Mosquito nets were distributed in Guwahati. So you can see the various states in which these items were distributed. Again, distribution of relief kits in Karimganj in Assam. Again, in Shilchar, there was a flood. See, from here we can, another second point I will come to. Another very important aspect of relief work is transportation of the goods. Many times we have seen small NGOs and other organizations, even simple people, they want to conduct relief work, they have very good intentions, they want to help the people, they collect so many food items, but they don't have proper transportation. So what they do is they collect all the items, go up to the main road, try to distribute all the items just by the main road. They are unable to penetrate right up to the area where the actual suffering is there. So all the people who are living by the main road, who are not actually so much suffering, they get every item. And the people who are living inside, they don't get anything. So transportation is very important. So we have these boats and everything. In fact, Ramakrishna Mission, we have 2 speed boats of our own. And some of our monks, they are very expert at operating the speedboats. So we go by speedboats when needed. So dry ration kits are distributed among the distressed people in Patna. Again, distribution of relief materials in Limdi. Cooked meal. There are some times when immediately when we start a relief work for at least a couple of days, we need to distribute cooked food because sometimes these people, Narayanas, they don't have this, all these, their kitchen and everything gets washed away or destroyed. So earlier when Maharaj was there in charge, our Muktinathananda ji Maharaj, months on end we had to distribute cooked food. But thankfully now, at least maximum 1 week or so, we have to distribute cooked food to the people. Again, while distributing cooked food also, you must conduct a proper survey. Recently, I was in North Bengal, Shiliguri, and our Shiliguri center was conducting a relief work there. We were distributing cooked food. And the Swami there, he just asked me, please visit that relief camp, and if you have any suggestion, you go and just see. So when I went there, we were distributing cooked food at around, say, this 12:30 or 12 or 12:30, we were distributing cooked food. Many people were coming, they were partaking that food. So I went there and I just gave a small suggestion that, Maharaj, if possible, try to distribute the food at 10:30 itself in the morning. He said, why so? Because see, these people, they are mostly farmers and they work as laborers. They don't take breakfast like us and then tea, then lunch, and then at 10:30, they take full hot meal, pet bhar ke. Then they go for work. So 12:30 is not their lunch time. 10:30 itself, you serve them food. Whatever it is, simple food, serve at 10:30 itself. That will be far more beneficial. And we did that, and it was successful. So these small things are there which really help in relief work. So again, it's a serving of cooked food in Vadodara. Again, food, according to that location, food must be served. Khichdi is not eaten by people all throughout the country. So whatever the needs of the local people is, that food must be served. That is very important. Essential relief materials being distributed in Shimla. This is all flood relief work going on at Tripura, then Uttarakhand, in ration kit distribution of rice and other materials in Imphal in Manipur, distribution of ration kits in Bhubaneswar in Odisha. West Bengal, unfortunately, there are some parts of West Bengal, each and every year floods are there. This Medinipur, Ghatal, Shobong area, every year some flood is there. So many of our centers, they conduct this flood relief work. It's in then Hyderabad, serving of cooked meal in Dholeshwar, that is in Agartala, Tripura, and distribution of dry food materials. So relief work usually, the first step is where, if needed, that is distribution of cooked food. Then we go to primary relief work, which actually consists of distribution of dry food materials. Then, if needed, we go to other materials like needful or useful household materials like clothing, utensils, and other essential things. Then, if needed, we go for economic rehabilitation or rehabilitation in the proper sense. This is outside India also, this Bangladesh. There was flood and flash floods in some areas of Bangladesh. So some of our centers in Bangladesh like Bagerhat, Chandpur, Chattogram, Kumilla, Dhaka and Joshore, they conducted relief activities in their respective areas. There was floods and flash floods in Nepal, in Lalitpur area, and also in Sri Lanka. So we have been conducting relief work not only in India, but in Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bangladesh. And previously, we have also conducted relief works in places like South Africa, in Brazil, and in Japan. Next is cyclone relief work. Cyclone and tornadoes, these are also almost every year, some part of the country is affected by cyclones. This year, it was in Tamil Nadu, in Puducherry, and in some areas of West Bengal. That is, cooked meal is being served in Puducherry, cooked meal in Viluppuram in Tamil Nadu, and tarpaulin distribution by Narendrapur Center in some parts of West Bengal. So some parts of in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka also, They were also affected by cyclones. So there also some distribution took place. Then there is this tornado relief work, distribution of relief materials in Howrah, in West Bengal, Shorisha, in West Bengal, Taki. This must be flood relief work. Ration kit distribution of cooked food, dry food materials in Bangladesh and in some parts of Sri Lanka, Batikalawa. Social disturbance relief work, that is, in these riots and this type of occurrences unfortunately happen. So in those times also, we try to help people as much as possible. So essential materials, household materials like tarpaulin, blankets, and etc. were distributed by Jalpaiguri. There was this is happy faces after receiving flood relief kit in Durban in South Africa. This is clothes distribution in Digboi in Assam, Bagerhat, Bangladesh, and in Silchar in Assam. Fire relief work, that is accidental fires that destroy the homes of the poor people, and then we distribute not only cooked food materials, but also very essential household items so that they can again start their lives. So utensil, mosquito net, etc. These are distributed in Guwahati. Household utilities were distributed in Muzaffarpur, and this is in Darjeeling. Darjeeling, in fact, this is distributed every month. So this is fire relief work in Assam, in Bihar, Rajasthan, and West Bengal, and some parts in Bangladesh also. Some photographs are given from Taki in West Bengal, Chattogram in Bangladesh, and Nagpur. TB patient relief work. These were some TB patients. There is one small TB colony in Guwahati. The poor people. There we distributed some dry food materials amongst them. Train accident relief. This was a train accident occurred at New Jalpaiguri NJP junction in North Bengal. So some food materials were distributed among the affected people in the hospital. Summer relief. This is again during the summer months. This drinks of various kinds, buttermilk, energy drinks, mango juice, or just water is distributed among the passerby. Another major relief work which is conducted by Ramakrishna Mission, which is not here because in this annual report it is not there, that is drought relief work. Because droughts have become a very regular occurrence throughout India. Each and every year, large parts of India are affected by droughts. So we undertake large drought relief work by the way of digging wells, excavating tanks, pukur, as well as we have excavated a part of a river in Maharashtra. This is all distribution of buttermilk and such things during the summer months. Winter relief work, that is distribution of blankets and other items during the winter months. So last year in 2024-25, a total of 96,137 blankets were distributed throughout the country. So most of these blankets are actually procured by the relief section just directly from the manufacturers in Amritsar and Panipat. We book in bulk, and those manufacturers, they themselves directly transport to our various branch centers. So around 96,137 blankets and 44,000 winter garments were distributed, not only in India, but some parts in Bangladesh, Nepal, and South Africa. Distress relief work. Distress relief work is general. It's not just any particular natural calamity has happened. It is just helping the poor and the needy. So that is called distress relief work. So last year, 125 of our branch centers in India, Bangladesh, South Africa, Fiji, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, they distributed various relief materials. Food materials were there. Agriculture produce and dairy products were distributed. Cooking ingredients were distributed. Various beverages and health drinks were distributed. Hygiene and personal care materials were distributed. These photographs are there from Jashore, Davangere in Karnataka, and Narayanganj in Bangladesh. Clothings and footwears, nearly 64,000 saris, dhotis, lungis were distributed among, and other various garments were distributed among the poor and needy. Various other household items and beddings, including utensils, bed sheets, mosquito nets, etc., etc. They were distributed among the poor and needy. Educational materials among the students like notebooks, erasers, books, and other items, stationery items were distributed among students, and various community utilities and mobility support items like LED lights and rainwater harvesting tanks, etc. were distributed. Ganga Sagar Mela relief. Every year we conduct some relief camp, a medical relief camp and distribution of winter materials during this Ganga Sagar Mela in West Bengal. Some relief work was conducted during the Mahakumbh Mela also by the way of distribution of winter garments among the monks and sanitation workers. Infrastructural support, that is distribution of tables, desks, chairs, and such items which support people in many ways. These were distributed in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Thanjavur. Distribution of medical kits, medical appliances, chairs, and these swing machines were distributed amongst many people. Outside Fiji also, we handed over many materials, useful materials among the needy people. Economic rehabilitation, that is distribution of sewing machines among ladies. There was storm rehabilitation work where several houses were destroyed by a storm in Karimganj district in Assam. And the center has taken up distribution of construction materials like corrugated tin sheets and other things among the needy families. This is corrugated tin sheets were distributed. Then plant and seedling distribution. So this is also a very interesting relief work, which we are picking it up, because it not only adds to the greenery, but it also helps them to support their livelihood. So betel nut seedlings, lemon seedlings, guava seedlings, etc. were distributed among the needy people. Cyclone rehabilitation, 2 houses were built in Ganga Sagar area by our Monosha Deep Center, and other rehabilitation works in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, etc. These are the houses, newly constructed houses. There's one solar-powered water system in Mumbai, and a tube well was dug up in Narayanpur area. A school corridor was fixed in Khetri in Rajasthan. This is an under construction house in Gaurhati in West Bengal. So there was a poor people. This is a build your own house scheme. Under build your own house scheme, we supply these families with construction materials, but the construction itself is undertaken by that family itself. So providing corrugated tin sheets, etc. by these families. So these are all the various relief activities throughout the year. And this is a summary of the relief activities. And last year, we can see we have spent around 16 crores, 8,68,000 amongst the people during these various relief activities. So this is a small glimpse of the relief activities conducted by Ramakrishna Mission throughout the year. Thank you so much. Namaskar.